Welcome back to Real Milwaukee. We are downtown the Milwaukee Public Market with Cedarburg Coffee Roastery. We've visited before, but only for a brief bit, so we're learning a little bit more about what they do here at the market. And currently, there's roasting going on. I'm going to get to that in a second, but first I want to say good morning to June, Joanne, Mary, and Loving Life So Classy on my own. Thank you for liking the Tony Clark page on Facebook. Search for Tony Clark. Interact with me during the show. I'll answer your questions, say hi to you, wish you a happy birthday, whatever. Okay. So Darren now here is going to talk about the roasting. Darren, we've had you on before. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here again.
Oh, my pleasure.
The roasting part of what you do is very important to how a coffee tastes.
Yeah.
Clearly. So when you're roasting here, what exactly is happening? We saw the raw green bean, which is how it comes out.
These are the seeds of a fruit.
Okay.
That's what it starts out as.
So it's not technically a bean?
It's not. It's not. We just call it beans because it looks like a bean.
Because it looks like a... Really?
You got it, yeah.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's a fruit.
It is. It's a seed. And basically, we just throw it in a big rotisserie barrel that's spinning.
This is spinning inside.
It's spinning barrel inside.
Is there fire in there?
Yeah, actually, like you might be able to see in this little window, there's a fire underneath.
Okay. I don't know if Miles will be able to see that in there. Maybe, maybe not. So it's basically turning the beans darker.
Yep.
Now, how does the way it tastes depend on how long the bean is in there?
There are two variations on how that works. There's one is that where it comes from, like an Ethiopian coffee versus a Kenyan coffee. That'll determine one part of how it tastes. The other is how you roast it, how dark you roast it, the roast profile. This is going to be a very dark roast, so how we roast it takes over more of the flavor than where it actually came from.
Okay, so this will taste...
It's very dark, smoky, very smoky, chocolatey, cocoa-like.
And now during the process, you also have to take a little gander at them every once in a while, right?
Definitely,
a little cheat sheet?
Yep. So right now it's very oily. It's nearing its end. The Italian roast is getting very smoky.
Oh, I'm very excited.
Most acids have been burned off at this point. It's going to be sweeter and just about done.
I'm excited. So how long before, when it gets in here and it comes out, how long does it take for you to get it from the bean, literally, to make a cup of coffee? Do you have to let it sit?
Yeah, the coffee needs to sit for between at least 4 hours, usually a day, maybe 2 days.
Okay.
And after that, it's good because it tastes really funky if you brew it right away. It does.
I don't want to taste funky coffee. Oh, I hear a beep. Is something about to happen?
Fries are done.
About to dump it.
Are we excited?
You ready?
How's the
Go
coffee?
for it. All right.
Is the coffee good? Is it awesome? Okay, see? Oh, here it comes.
Wow.
Look at, yum. Ooh, now see, now I can smell the darker, the cooked, the baked, the roast.
Yep.
You can smell that.
You can smell the smoke and everything. It's delicious. I love it.
For the first time ever, I don't know how to describe a smell.
Coffee
that?
Smells like coffee. I mean, I don't really know.
It smells like coffee. Well,
there's that toast.
Something scientific we've just learned.
That's really it. I mean, it's got a pretty unique smell of its own. So.
All right. Well, coming up, you guys, if you've ever come to a place like this and you have no idea how to order coffee because there's so many different varieties, we're going to take a look at some of those things and maybe make a few drinks too.
Definitely.
Okay, that's coming up in the next hit. Seriously, enjoy the coffee.
Smells good.
Enjoy a cup.
It's amazing how hot those beans were.
Yeah. I had no
Thanks,
idea.
Tony.
Pretty fascinating stuff. They could probably just charge for the smell. I'm sure
I know.
I love the intoxicating.
smell of coffee. Yeah.
Well, it's Tuesday. It means it's time for Real Stories. Last week we asked you, what's the dumbest thing you ever purchased? Our winner was Jeannie Bartel. Jeannie says, my husband bought a prosthetic lower leg at a rummage sale.
What?
And no, he did not need it, so that's gross. Here's this week's question. You have 1 day left in Milwaukee. What do you do? Email us, chuck@realmilwaukeenow.com. Fill out the form on the website, realmilwaukeenow.com, or call the Real Milwaukee hotline, 414-586-2101. Did we change the number? I thought it was 2211.
It is.
Oh, okay. So that's fine. It is 2211. Unless you're reading the prompter, in which case it's 2101. I'm Ron Burgundy. All right, the winner gets a Real Milwaukee mug.
Stay classy, Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Always.
Very cool. It's so funny about Jeannie, though, with the prosthetic leg.
Yeah,
My
what
dad
is
picked
that?
one of those out of a dumpster once, and they had fun with it, driving around town with it hanging out of the trunk. I thought that was so funny.
Can't say
but
I've
not
never been
buying it.
Yeah.
Buying it's a little bit different.
Oh, that's different. Huh?
That's different.
All right, all right. Let's go on, because something else that's different is what turns guys on. It's not what you think.
Rob. Yeah, poor Rob.
This is not even on the
Resident
list,
male.
but I'm happy to report that two of the things are plus-size girls with wide hips. That's what it said. That's what it said.
Is that one
If it was
thing
low
or
on the
two
list,
things?
it's now high.
Right. Well, no, well, okay. But let's get to the list, because this might surprise you. But guys love gals who wear glasses.
See, I gotta get some glasses.
The right kind of glasses, yeah. I mean, if they work with your face.
Yeah.
Because
not just any.
Well, those big bug glasses, those aren't. That's not.
Well, those are in fashion now. The big round.
Yeah.
Don't like them?
No, it's not for me.
I used to have glasses, and then I got LASIK.
There you go.
Oh, did you? Mm-hmm. So you ruined it.
I did.
They used to wear fashion lenses.
You are no longer hot.
No, I am not.
Ha.
They think that those
But I hear
girls
the
are,
LASIK fades.
are smart. Okay, can we get back to the story?
Sorry.
Just because they appear to be smarter, or so they think. All right, shocker number 2, freckles.
Oh, yeah, freckles come
Does H-spots count?
I don't know.
But freckles, they say, because it gives them kind of the natural, more relaxed look. And if you
Girl
don't-
next door.
Yeah. If you don't have freckles, you can always use a little thing. No.
Yeah,
Just
that's
wear
true.
less
Draw
makeup,
those on.
they say. Less makeup.
So what are you thinking so far?
Yeah, these seem pretty accurate. These, I don't think this is all that shocking, though. These are pretty common.
That's because you're a guy, you know.
Yeah.
We're surprised.
You're surprised because this takes no effort whatsoever, right? You guys put in way too much effort.
$200-300 on your
All
pair of
trying way
shoes.
too hard. But anyway,
Okay,
number
how
3.
about this? An independent streak. Now, that surprises me.
Yeah,
Because I'm thinking most men just want you to be cute and shut up.
sure.
And the intimidation factor of being independent as a female,
Exactly.
I think plays a huge role into that.
Exactly. They say you can push it too far. You could appear
Right.
confrontational.
Yeah, there is a fine line between being independent, whether you're a man or a woman. There's a difference between being independent and being dominating.
Right.
Dominating
Yes.
is not sexy. Well, maybe some
Well,
people
I was
find it
gonna
sexy,
say,
but I don't.
Depends upon what you're wearing, I'm just saying.
And that works on either gender, I think.
All right, plain Janes.
Plain
We
Janes.
are so beauty, like by the bottle, and I'm chasing after it. A lot of us are chasing after it. Guys like plain Janes.
Plain Janes. I think in some ways, too, that it's not threatening and you will not leave them. You know, it's like, do you remember Moneyball? In the movie, there was a great line where the coaches are going around talking about the players, and they're like, does he have a hot girlfriend? No, his girlfriend's not hot. Then he doesn't have confidence.
Right.
You know, he doesn't have confidence if the...
Because he doesn't want to be upstaged.
Right. So
And
that's one of those.
And the other thing is quirks, assorted quirks. They cite Fran Drescher's abrasive.
voice?
That would.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
How would that be attractive to anyone?
See, I think spunk. I think, like, you know, having someone that's got a little spunk to them keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
I think
Like
so.
Nicole's faces. I would say those are quirks.
Yes.
You know, things that she
Those are-
does
yes.
that are like,
That's good.
you know, it's just kind of goofy.
So I guess
And-
it's got to be the quirk that works for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't pick up a quirk.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
just cut.
Is this hot?
Were any of those surprising? None of those were surprising, huh?
No, I think you could expand the last one to just kind of personality in general, because there are many times I've met people, you know, in the years when I was dating, and you meet them because you look across the room and you're like, hello, and then you start talking and you're like, and goodbye. You know, it's just like, ugh. They're either, you know, they either have no personality and relying 100% on what they look like, or they're just so way over the top, you're like, I cannot handle this. So personality is huge.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
I'm with you on that.
Well, if you're listening to these turn-ons and somehow you're magically turning to thinking about sex, I don't know, first of all,
It would have to be magic. Because that conversation, if
or
that
get your
got
head
you
out of the
going,
gutter. I always
It
talk
was the
about
wide
sex on
hips,
this show.
but go on.
Anyway,
We give you those topics.
I know,
Not fair.
I know.
Okay,
There's
go
a
ahead.
reason for that. But anyway, I'm going to give you guys a little test. So if you were a teen with a sexual urge, what should you do? A, call friends.
Get back into that teen thoughts.
Thank God. But go.
Call friends to go play football.
These are things to
soccer,
do instead of actually
of having your
partaking.
yes.
Okay.
B, talk to your friends. C, try to sleep. D, go out with a friend of the opposite sex. Or E, invite a close friend to see a movie. Now, what would you guys pick? If you had a sexual urge as a teen, what should you do about it?
I'd go out with that friend of the opposite sex.
Okay.
To a movie and then.
Right. Well, as a teen, chances are you've acted on one of them before you read the list. I mean, just don't wait that long to
Very
make
true.
decisions.
Very
A,
true.
and I'm picking B. Go.
B, whatever, I'm over this. Well, the correct answer is call friends to go play football, which is actually soccer. So in Thailand, it's a big problem, and they're trying to encourage teenagers that when
Underage
they
sex.
have, that when they have sexual urges to actually go out and physically, not physically do the act, but physically go
something else
and
that's
go do
physical.
something else to kind of burn that off, because it's a huge problem in Thailand of the amount of sex that is happening and the amount of abortions and babies being born to 14-year-olds and 16-year-olds. And so
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's probably a good theory. I mean, they actually prescribe, physical activity for a lot of things, like addictions and alcohol abuse, things like that. But
how weird is this test,
the government was criticized, though, for this test and the fact that the soccer thing wasn't really, that they weren't,
I don't know how you get them to do it.
Because everyone picked option B, which was talk to your friends or family about it. But then all these kids are like, I'm not talking to my parents about having sex.
Right, exactly. Can you see that conversation?
I don't know.
I'm just feeling it right now.
So it's kind of a weird test.
Working on that.
I know. They have to finesse
You're
the
not
test.
done yet, but go on.
no, well, there you go. I don't even know where to go from there. So let's just go to Tony. He's down at Cedarburg Coffee Roastery at the Milwaukee Public Market.
Good morning. The good thing is I'm really good at taking it when there's awkwardness. Because I'm awkward to begin with.
You are.
So here we go. We're getting an education on coffee today, and the question I always had is, Darren, just like beer has kind of for people who don't like beer, they say it's got a funky taste.
Yeah.
Right? So same thing's kind of with coffee. If you drink it black, some taste really funky to people, some taste really good.
Yeah.
When you have a situation where you don't know if you like coffee or not, you got to mix stuff in there, right?
Like chocolate.
Like chocolate. And one of the things that you can do with your coffee is make mochas and lattes.
Yep.
What's the most popular thing people get here besides your regular coffee?
Lattes, mochas, those are both chais too, but
Mocha's my favorite, so let's watch. Let's see how this is done.
All right.
So you're basically, now a mocha drink, it starts with does it start with coffee beans, or is it the espresso bean?
well, the espresso.
Miles just almost like flew away. All right, you good? All right, we're good.
All right.
So this is now
This is our espresso blend.
your espresso bean. What's the difference between espresso and a coffee bean?
Absolutely nothing.
There really isn't?
There isn't. Espresso strictly refers to this machine.
No way.
It is. The water that comes through here is pressurized, and we have very finely ground coffee. The reason they have espresso blends is because this is concentrated. If you had a coffee that had some particular flavor that doesn't taste very good, it come out really strong and bad if you didn't balance it out with other coffees.
Really?
So that's what the espresso blend
I
is
am
for.
not faking my surprise here because I never knew that the espresso only referred to the machine and not to the actual bean.
Yeah,
That is crazy. So what you're doing though is it's compressed in there,
Yep.
so you're getting more caffeine, more coffee.
More coffee, and you can actually
concentrated
see
coffee. Oh yeah.
the top of this, the crema, this is the emulsified coffee. So all the aroma that you get in coffee that you don't get when you brew coffee is actually in the espresso. So
Okay.
it's all blended up in there.
Look
So
at
now,
that.
we're
Okay.
gonna steam some milk for it.
If somebody wanted to try coffee for the first, like if they came here and they're kind of confused about the different blends of coffees, what do you
Yeah.
recommend as a starter?
I really like the Nicaraguan. It's darker
Okay.
roast, so that's a lot of people like that. Otherwise, our Papua New Guinea is very mild.
And that's
coffee.
based on where they come from, right?
Exactly, yeah. If you see an origin of where the coffee comes from, like the Nicaraguan coffee obviously comes from Nicaragua. If you have roast in the description, like an Italian roast, that refers to how it was roasted, not where
Okay.
it came from.
Look at, we're learning a lot of stuff here today.
There we go.
Okay, so we've steamed milk, right?
Steamed milk, got a chocolate and espresso mixed up.
And a little bit of chocolate syrup. Okay, now this is probably hard to make at home, right? Unless you have one of these machines.
Yeah, and I mean, you can get an espresso machine for not a whole lot.
Okay.
You can get it for $200 or $300.
I'm so excited for this. So come down to Cedarburg Coffee Roastery here at the market or in Cedarburg and just ask them questions. If you don't know anything about this, ask, and
Ask
people
away.
like Darren will be able to educate you on this stuff,
Yep.
right? Okay, coming up, you guys, we're going to California. Not literally in this live shot. We're not going to go to California here, but we're going to MATC to learn about something very cool, a program they offer that gives you a little taste of what it's like to work out in Hollywood. That's next on Real Milwaukee. It's coming up.